"Trust in his lordship," was Molly's best advice. "He seems like a gentleman, even if he is British." Molly, whose mother hailed from Glasgow, had an inbred distrust of all things English. Molly was right, of course. Graeme was a perfect gentleman. Unlike her father, he would not roar at her over a mistake. Still, she could not help but wish that this night was over, that it was tomorrow morning and they were starting out on their life together. Abigail had looped the train of her wedding dress over her arm to make certain she did not trip over it, and it was beginning to weigh on her arm. The long veil and the intricate hairstyle beneath it were heavy as well, and her corset, fastened more tightly than normal to create the perfect wasp waist, made it impossible to draw a full breath. Leaving the stairs, they started down the long hallway to their suite. It seemed to Abby that Graeme's pace picked up, and she wondered if it was eagerness or merely the same excess of nerves she felt. Her heart was pounding as he opened the door and stepped back, politely ushering her into the room. She walked inside, hearing the door close heavily behind them. She wasn't sure what to do, much less what to say. Her cheeks flushed as the silence stretched, and finally, curiosity overcoming her shyness, she turned to look at him. He stood facing her, that same tense look on his face. The nerves in Abigail's stomach tightened. "What?" she began, not even sure what she was asking. Is something wrong?" He let out a short, humourless huff of a laugh. "What isn't wrong?" The blood drained from her face, and a buzzing began in her ears, so loud she could not make out his words. She clenched her hands, drawing a deep breath, willing herself not to faint. "But I'm not dancing to his tune," Graeme was saying when her ears cleared. His eyes were hard in a way she'd never seen them. "Or yours." "Excuse me?" Her voice came out barely more than a whisper. "Your father may have bought you a husband, but he did not buy a puppet." I don't understand." "Then I shall make it as clear as I possibly can." He took a long stride toward her, his eyes implacable. "The two of you have the title you wanted so much, the name you coveted, but that is all you acquired. I am not here to provide him with future earls carrying his bloodline. I made this bargain to save my family, not to stand at stud for the prices." Abigail drew in a sharp breath, as stunned as if he had slapped her. "That surprises you? Are you so incapable of human feeling?" His words came out fast and furious, raining down like stones on her bruised heart. "Did you honestly think, knowing I loved another, that I would just slide into your bed, that I would be your lapdog? You'd best think again. I will never be a husband to you in anything but name." Abby could not speak, could not move, could only stare at him in bleak horror. It took every ounce of will to keep her trembling knees from collapsing under her. Graeme despised her. This perfect gentleman, this kind husband, who she had thought would be her lifelong shelter, in fact wanted nothing to do with her. He loved someone else. Graeme paused, watching her as if he expected a reply. Pain and loss and fury swirled inside Abby, almost choking her. "I see." His mouth twisted. "I thought you would." Turning on his heel, he strode to the door. He tossed the hotel room key onto the lamp table and walked out of the room. Abigail continued to stand, gazing at the blank expanse of the door, still too stunned to move. Her legs began to tremble until they could not hold her any longer, and she sank to her knees, a low cry escaping her. Reaching up, she wrenched the delicate veil from her head, and at last she gave way to sobs. Chapter 1. 1881. There was someone in his room. Graeme's eyes flew open, and he found himself staring at a massive square head on a level with his eyes. The dog regarded him unblinkingly, its greying forehead creased as if in deep concern. Graeme, muscles instinctively tensed, relaxed, letting out a sigh. "Good Lord, James!" Graeme turned his gaze toward the man in the doorway, shoulder carelessly braced against the frame. A fellow could have a heart attack waking up.